In the School of Medicine and Dr. José Eleuterio González University Hospital of the UANL, research is the result of the effort of many men and women. Our institution has almost 200 years of history in Northeast Mexico. The three pillars that drive its development are education, care, and research. The intensity of support provided to research is the result of historical moments of medicine. Our last 13 years of promoting research are the result of these reflections and will impact the history of medicine. To understand the moment we live in, it is necessary to understand our roots. Our first stage consisted mainly of training the first doctors and providing healthcare to the population of Northeast Mexico. In 1944, the new González Hospital, better known as the Dr. José Eleuterio González University Hospital, was officially inaugurated. That same year, Dr. Ángel Martínez Villarreal presented the proposal to establish the school hospital model. This historic moment was marked with the phrase, "All healthcare in the hospital should be based on teaching." Together with this development, in 1910, a report by Abraham Flexner on the situation of medicine in the United States and Canada was published. This document had an enormous influence on global medicine, and as a consequence of this report, in first world countries, postgraduate studies in basic and clinical medicine started to consolidate. As a consequence of the strong number of medical professionals trained abroad and under the vision of Dr. Ángel Martínez Villarreal, our second stage began. In this second stage, every activity of healthcare was linked to teaching and vice versa. This decision led our institution in the next 30 to 40 years to consolidate postgraduate clinical and basic medicine programs. At its climax, 40 medical specialization programs were established. In a few years, a large number of these were certified by the CONACYT as programs of the National Registry of Consolidated Postgraduate Studies of Excellence. The medical faculty was a little over 100, and the student body was almost 600. 34 professors were accredited by the National Researcher System of the CONACYT. In 2005, Dr. Donato Saldivar Rodriguez, Dean of the School of Medicine, together with the University Council, analyzed the global context of research and innovation in medicine and visualized the possibility of starting a third stage. At that time, at the most prestigious universities, collaborations in health between the academic and industrial sector started to grow. And at the School of Medicine, a growing number of professors with national and international prestige in publications motivated the consolidation of a generation that created new knowledge. It was decided to begin a third stage of a School of Medicine based on research, where any teaching and care activity must be linked to research. This decision had to be communicated to every professor so they would commit to building this new stage. This also had to be communicated to the academic authorities of the university, representatives of other academic and healthcare institutions of the city, the private sector of the city, authorities of the Bioethics National Commission, and mass media. The opening event was on October 27, 2005, in front of almost 3,000 people in the frontispiece of the School of Medicine with the Ballet of Monterrey. The play Imhotep, the Immortal Seed was presented.
Hoy, la nueva Facultad de Medicina, basada en la investigación científica, nace esta noche. Recurrimos al arte para entregar a ustedes el mensaje de humildad que el primer médico que dejó su nombre en la historia nos manda desde las arenas de Egipto hace casi 5,000 años.
social responsibility, humility, and honesty are the bastions that still lead our development. The first action was to separate research from the Office of the Vice Dean of Postgraduate Studies and Research. From that moment forward, the Office of the Vice Dean of Research had the responsibility of regulating, managing, promoting, directing, and implementing every activity and strategy to strengthen research. It was decided to renovate the National Research Congress in Medicine. Its 23rd edition took place in the installations of the School of Medicine and simultaneously at the Cintermex Convention Center. At this moment, it was decided to create a strategy of content, work, and events, which was named INVEST, Research and Investment. In its first year of operation, INVEST provided nominal lectures, master lectures, retreats with themes in clinical research, association between research lines and researchers, and thesis seminars of postgraduate students, among others. Monthly, there were 2 or 3 INVEST activities that convened the different professional sectors of the School of Medicine. Parts of these activities were clinical research retreats with professors and students. Trips to remote places of the city were organized with the professors, and in those 2 days, development models and research that were already happening at some of the services of the School of Medicine were discussed. Also, sustainability models for research and researchers, transparency and resources management, among other things, were analyzed. All the participants had the objective of critically expanding the importance of the scientific method and performing research. We also collaborated strategically with external partners. Leaders in pharmaceutical clinical research were invited to emphasize the importance of collaborating in research and to point out what was expected from a clinical research in their own site. The model that impulses clinical research and its way of collaborating with the industrial sector were recognized for the pharmaceutical industry, and under this indicator, it was requested to generate national workshops in clinical research. These retreats were carried out in the cities of Juriquilla and Cuernavaca in 2007 and were called Invest Mexico.
Este es un curso que sistematiza realmente todos los procesos y procedimientos que se llevan a cabo dentro de la investigación clínica.
Tener un grupo de médicos preparados para que en cualquier momento puedan, junto con nosotros, hacer estudios clínicos de este nivel.
The next step for INVEST was a strategy to encourage the collaboration and participation of professors, postgraduate and undergraduate students in original research. Under this strategy, the INVEST Challenge was designed. In this program, 76 teams integrated by a professor, 1 postgraduate student, and 5 undergraduate students were registered, supported by 20 followers in the project development of every team. They competed for an award of 1 million pesos for the project that was published in a high-impact international peer-reviewed journal. About 2,000 students were involved in this competition from start to finish. Every single postgraduate or undergraduate student was informed about this program. In addition to the financial reward, groups of 5 students with a professor visited the research sites of the Mayo Clinic, Harvard University, and the University of Texas in Dallas, among others.
La investigación nos abre nuevas puertas hacia un nuevo conocimiento y el estar al día a día es parte de la competencia y el crecimiento profesional de todo médico.
Requiere de disciplina, conocimiento y desde luego de un gran compromiso y responsabilidad.
Si tienes una persona que te sepa guiar, puedes dar mucho más.
Es duro el trabajo, pero yo creo que al final la experiencia vale la pena.
The following National Research Congress in Medicine, in its 24th edition, was named Horizons of Medicine. 2 Nobel Prizes were invited to this event, 1 in medicine and 1 in chemistry, who shared their time and experiences with professors and students. 79 international distinguished professors, health ministers from Europe and Mexico, global directors of pharmaceutical research, and leaders of research in transplantation engineering, gynecology and obstetrics, and evidence-based medicine were invited. Again, the event was a big success. It was at this time when we decided to stop the work path of Invest. The Dean of the School of Medicine of the UANL changed, and now Dr. Santos Guzman Lopez decided to continue supporting and closely supervising the promotion of research in the School of Medicine. His vision included, among other actions, that all students have the opportunity to collaborate and do research during their time of training as doctors. One of his first actions was to complete the Invest Incubator, a physical and virtual space where every research activity or project is supported from conception of the idea to its implementation and publication or getting a product or patent. It is a space where specific training of important topics for researchers takes place during the conduction of their projects. Any professor or student with a registered research project has the right to use this space and its support platforms. Co-curricular training of undergraduate interns in research occurs in this area. 12 students are annually enlisted in our research training program, BP Invest, a program that lasts 4 years. Of all the students who register to participate every year, only 5% are selected. During this time, the number of professors certified in the National Researcher System, or SNI, of the CONACYT increased from less than 30 in 2005 to 165 in 2018. Also, the amount of Level 2 and Level 3 SNIs increased over 400%. 9 postgraduate students in their second medical specialty have been certified by the SNI, an indicator with no national precedent. Because of this, the amount of original research and research linked to the industrial sector has increased substantially. An update in research regulation that included precise aspects regarding management of linked research, national and international regulations in research, and many other topics not contemplated before was necessary. Finally, on June 6, 2013, this was approved by the Legislative Committee of the Administration. As a consequence of all these actions during these 10 years, clinical research linked with the industrial sector had increased extensively. From almost 40 active projects linked in 2004 and 2005 to 280 active projects on average linked in 2014. Between 2004 and 2013, 1,458 research projects were linked, and in 2018, there were 2,145 completed projects. Initially, the interest was to pursue prestige for our institution in the pharmaceutical clinical research area and increase the number of managed projects. Today, we work with over 70 international research and pharmaceutical development companies. We are partners with 4 of them. This implies that our participation as an institution is guaranteed in any project in which Mexico could be involved. Simultaneously with the growth in linked clinical research and the increase in professors' original research, it was mandatory to have a research and ethics committee, a biosafety committee, and an institutional animal care and use committee in accordance with national and international regulations. We improved the administrative control processes of research projects, the storage of closed research projects, and the audits of research projects, among others. The committees received a favorable report of their functionality by Combioética and COFEPRIS, and in the case of the Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee, by the SAGARPA. Also, this was the beginning of the coordination of Quality Control and Research Committee. This coordination has as its objectives to audit the entire active research projects and the training of the principal researchers or its members in their research site in areas that are unknown to them about how research should be conducted. At this moment, the need for international certification of all the operation processes of the committees and the researchers was mandatory. We applied for AAHRPP accreditation. AAHRPP is an international organization with the highest level of accreditation, and after a period of 3 years, with audits and 2 visits to our institution, we were awarded full certification. We are the first academic institution in Latin America to obtain this acknowledgement. The strengthening of linked clinical research or collaboration with the industrial sector has always been one of our objectives. We have in our agenda the task of internally certifying 12 research excellence centers. These teams were summoned outside of our institution and were shown over 3 days how research excellence centers operate. We measured our indicators and identified areas of improvement and established the time needed to correct them. They all assured an agile and meticulous management of clinical research projects. The national prestige of the School of Medicine and the UANL University Hospital in Clinical Research, its international certification by the AAHRPP, and its participation with the National Pharmaceutical Associations resulted in a proposal for our institution to be a unit enabled for pre-approval support, or UHAP, by the COFEPRIS. We are the first institution with a UHAP that is not in the National Institutes of Health in Mexico City. Projects can be reviewed by our UHAP, and in case of being approved, the COFEPRIS will accept them almost immediately. In 2016, Dr. Edelmiro Perez Rodriguez started as Dean of our School of Medicine. During his administration, he has encouraged the technological development and innovation in medical devices. With the intention of motivating research in undergraduate students, since 2017, all original research projects in this school must include the participation of a postgraduate student and at least one undergraduate student to be able to be registered and reviewed by the Research and Ethics Committees. This initiative, called INVEST, the Perfect Trinomial, started its operation in May of 2017, and its implementation is meticulously supervised. The purpose is for undergraduate students to be involved in doing and publishing research projects. In May 2018, the INVEST platform Understanding Knowledge opened. This is a physical space where the analysis and summary process of primary research results in systematic reviews and meta-analysis are performed. This information has a global value in the decision-making of health topics by doctors, health authorities, and third parties. Our professors who publish their systematic reviews will become global leaders of knowledge in specific topics. This platform is now available for a group of professors who already know how to perform this type of secondary research, and they get support from undergraduate students for its implementation. Also, it collaborates with world-renowned academic institutions, such as the Knowledge Evaluation Research Unit of the Mayo Clinic, McMaster University, and other universities.
El Care Unit es la unidad de evaluación y conocimiento de la Clínica Mayo. Nació en el 2004 cuando el Dr. Montori la fundó.
Como unidades hermanas, tienen objetivos y principios comunes. Buscan mejorar la ciencia de la medicina basada en evidencia.
The Affinity Invest program promotes the collaboration of undergraduate students in the research projects of professors of our institution. This initiative seeks to incorporate at least 5 undergraduate students to do research in every one of the 52 departments or services that our school has. Affinity Invest aspires to be an interdisciplinary training program where the research affinities coincide with other science fields. In the future, this program will collaborate with students from other colleges of the UANL. Our route to motivate research in this third stage of our School of Medicine is already marked according to the current needs and vision of the UANL. We must follow this route that gives us challenges and opportunities that will fill us with enthusiasm. In the short term, we will continue with some projects such as PyMed, a model of participation with the private sector supporting our institution research program. Única, to strategically strengthen the development of pharmaceutical sector-linked research. The operation of a vivarium for the development of preclinical phases of research and the management of experimental surgery. The promotion of innovation, the generation of patents, devices, and models or processes, as well as consolidating a participant protection program of clinical research. The MD-PhD program, the strengthening of research in collaboration with medical basic sciences and other technological fields outside of healthcare. The accelerated growth of this third stage has two important factors: the talent of our faculty and of our undergraduate and postgraduate students, as well as the matching objectives of the administrators of our institution through this period. We are convinced that the implementation of all of these programs will optimize the transformation of our students, professors, and our school hospital model for our country and the world, contributing to its fundamental mission, which is the quality of life of our population and our patients.